what's good? What's good, man? Let's get into it. Let's talk about one of my favorite players in the NBA, top 5 favorite players in the NBA. Is Shai Gilgeous-Alexander James Harden 2.0? And people will be like, well, RJ, didn't you hype up Shai a couple years ago? Then don't you like Shai? Is he one of your favorite players? Absolutely, 100%. No question about it. No question about it. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is one of my favorite players in the NBA. There's not a question about it. I love watching OKC, but there's this narrative that OKC, just because they have the best record in the East, is going to the finals. They're going to the finals. They have a young team, this, that, and third. I'm not so sure about that. But there's no question OKC has the best team from top to bottom, youth-wise, young-wise, talent-wise, the best team all around. No question about that. I'm not denying that at all. SGA, the Jalen guy, Dort, Chet. They got Isaiah Hartenstein. They got Alex Caruso coming off the bench. No question, the OKC Thunder is one of the most talented teams in the NBA, if not the most talented team in the NBA, and a team on the rise. But I want to ask everybody a question. And I want anybody in the comment section, because, I'm always open to knowledge about anything. I'm always open to learning more things. Can you name me a time in NBA history where the star player didn't have to go off and the team won the NBA championship? I want to repeat my question again. Can anybody in the comments, name me a time where an NBA team had a star player, superstar player, and they didn't have to show up for them to win the championship? Because last time I checked, this is a 7-game series through the first round to the last round, to the NBA championship. And people keep telling me, some of my coworkers, some people on my streams, some people on my basketball videos, well, SGA doesn't have to show up. I disagree. That's like saying Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, LeBron James, or if you don't want to compare SGA to those players because those are great players, fine, okay. Jaylen Brown or Jason Tatum, Jimmy Butler with the Heat until he gets traded, Steph Curry, Luka Doncic, Trae Young, Jalen Brunson, Ja Morant, Anthony Edwards. That's like you saying, oh, those guys don't have to show up because the team around them's good. I disagree. If Jalen Brunson doesn't show up for my Knicks, we're losing. If Anthony Edwards doesn't show up for the Timberwolves, they're losing. If Steph Curry doesn't go off with the Warriors, they're losing. There's a reason why the Pelicans can't do anything, because Zion Williamson he's not there. He ain't there. Jimmy Butler, before he gets traded, if he doesn't show up for the Heat don't make the play-in. They don't go to the finals. There's a reason why the Sixers are out of the playoff contention, because Joel Embiid ain't there. And I don't even like Embiid. Your star player, your superstar player, whoever, Nikola Jokic, if he don't show up, you lose the game. Your star player has to show up, because he's the guy that's going to get it done in the fourth quarter. He's the guy that you look to and say, all right, bring us home. And throughout the last, I noticed this in this play-in tournament. And shout out to my boy Val, because he noticed it last year in the playoffs, where SGA doesn't show up in that fourth quarter. And I seen it in the Pelicans playing tournament a few years ago. Granted, SGA was injured. We give him a pass for now. It's his first big moment. Okay, cool. Last year against Dallas, let's be for real. That OKC team is better than that Dallas team last year. You know what the difference was? And don't give me this coaching thing, because OKC's coach is way better than Jason Kidd. Luka Doncic showed up. Star versus star. Luka showed up. SGA didn't. He didn't. Whether you want to make excuses for him or not, he didn't. And SGA, once again, one of my favorite players. Besides Donovan, Ja, and maybe Brunson, SGA might be 3 or 4. Him and Brunson battle for that position. No diddy. But at the same time, listen, we can sit here and talk about whatever we want. Your star player has to show up. He has to show up. Giannis. There's a reason why the Bucks ain't done nothing, because Giannis hasn't showed up the last few games. And the playoffs with Dallas, the playing tournament this year, and the Pelicans game. SGA choked. He was looking like Harden out there, jacking up threes, not getting his teammates involved, trying to get his instead of trying to get the team off. We have to have these conversations. I want to post this video right now. It's still football season. Technically, the Super Bowl hasn't happened yet. But at the same time, we got to have those conversations. And, SGA is one of my favorite players, but I'm just saying, if OKC don't go all the way, random editor, Jordan Francis, CEO, TRL, whoever's watching this video, Taj, Josh Johnson, all my basketball people out there, Brandon, come back to this video if OKC don't make it. Because they should. They're the best team in the West. But it is what it is. That's my thoughts. What are yours? RJ out.